Have you ever heard about the most famous pirate ship that ever sailed? Her name was Whydah Galley. Born in the early 18th century, Whydah Galley was not initially destined for a life of piracy. Her journey began as a humble, fully rigged ship designed to carry passengers, cargo, and tragically, slaves. Galley was a masterpiece of maritime engineering, built with the finest craftsmanship of the time. Her purpose was to facilitate the infamous triangle trade, a grim route that connected the economies of 3 continents, Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Her maiden voyage embarked in 1716, setting sail from London to West Africa, where goods were traded for captives who were then transported to the Caribbean as slaves. In the Caribbean, the enslaved Africans were sold, and the ship was loaded with valuable goods like sugar, tobacco, and cotton, before returning to England. A brutal cycle, known as the triangle trade, was a dark, yet integral part of global commerce in the early 1700s. Whydah Galley was a cog in this cruel machine, her decks echoing with the cries of the enslaved and the clink of profit. But fate had a different plan for this ship. As she sailed the azure waters of the Atlantic, her destiny was about to take a dramatic turn. The ship's formidable size, speed, and strength made her an attractive prize for those who chose to live outside the law. Her destiny was not to be a mere transporter of goods and people, but to become a symbol of rebellion and freedom. As Whydah Galley rode the waves unknown to her crew, a notorious pirate known as Captain Samuel "Black Sam" Bellamy set his sights on her. The course of her future was about to change, steering her away from the triangle trade and into the annals of piracy. Little did they know, Whydah was destined for a far more notorious future. Whyda's fate took a dark turn when she crossed paths with the pirate, Captain Samuel "Black Sam" Bellamy. A notorious pirate of his time, Bellamy was known for his cunning strategy and audacious courage. But it wasn't his fearsome reputation that brought Whydah Galley under his control. It was his sheer determination and the lure of the ship's vast treasure. The day of the capture was like any other on the open seas. Whydah Galley, a fully rigged ship, was on the return leg of her maiden voyage. Laden with riches, she was a tempting prize for any pirate. And for Black Sam Bellamy, the opportunity was too good to pass up. With a swift and brutal attack, Bellamy overpowered the crew of Whydah. The ship, its cargo, and its crew were now under his command. This marked the start of a new chapter in Whydah's life, a chapter drenched in piracy and bloodshed. Bellamy, now at the helm of Whydah, set sail up the coast of colonial America. His audacious spirit was reflected in his actions. He didn't just sail, he captured. One by one, other vessels fell victim to Bellamy's relentless pursuit. Ships were seized, treasures were plundered, and the legend of the pirate ship Whydah began to spread. The Whydah, no longer a mere passenger, cargo, and slave ship, was now a fearsome pirate vessel, a symbol of the golden age of piracy. Her sails, once a sign of hope and prosperity, now instilled fear in the hearts of sailors. Her name, once associated with trade and commerce, was now synonymous with piracy and terror. Yet with all his victories and spoils, Bellamy remained oblivious to the storm clouds gathering on the horizon. He was a pirate living in the moment, indulging in the thrill of each capture, the joy of each treasure. But even pirates are not immune to the whims of fate. Bellamy, however, could not foresee the impending doom that awaited him and his beloved Whydah. Little did he know, the storm brewing in the distance was about to bring an abrupt end to his reign of terror. On the fateful day of April 26, 1717, Whydah found herself in the merciless grip of a violent storm. The skies darkened, the wind howled, and the waves towered over the ship, displaying nature's raw power. The ship, once a symbol of human ingenuity, was now helpless against the unpredictable wrath of the sea. Whydah, under the command of the notorious pirate, Black Sam Bellamy, was sailing up the coast of colonial America. She had been captured on her maiden voyage and now bore the scars of countless battles, her hull filled with treasures from the ships she had vanquished. But that fateful night, she was not battling another ship. She was up against the Atlantic Ocean itself off the coast of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. The storm was relentless. Despite the crew's desperate efforts, Whydah was tossed around like a toy in the monstrous waves. Eventually the ship succumbed to the overwhelming power of the storm, crashing against the unseen rocks beneath the turbulent surface. For over 260 years, Whydah and her treasure eluded discovery. The ship, laden with the spoils of piracy, lay hidden beneath the shifting sands of Cape Cod's seabed, a silent sentinel to a bygone era of high seas lawlessness. Many tried their luck at unraveling this maritime mystery, but the elusive Whydah remained a phantom, her precious cargo a tantalizing legend. The location of the wreck presented the first hurdle. Cape Cod, with its treacherous currents and sudden storms, has been the graveyard for countless ships throughout history. Stormy conditions in the vast Atlantic Ocean provided a formidable obstacle for even the most determined treasure hunters. The shifting sands, a natural cloak that concealed the wreck from prying eyes. The sands of Cape Cod had swallowed the Whydah, burying her under 10 to 50 feet of grainy obscurity. This made the task of locating the ship a monumental challenge, akin to finding a needle in a cosmic haystack. The spread of the wreckage further complicated the search. When Whydah met her watery doom, she didn't go down as a single piece. Shattered, her remnants scattered over a 4-mile stretch parallel to Cape Cod's easternmost coast. This meant that the potential search area was not just deep, but incredibly widespread. Despite these challenges, the allure of Whydah's legendary treasure, a bounty of pirate gold, kept the dream alive. Year after year, decade after decade, adventurers and historians alike were drawn to Cape Cod, their hopes kindled by the tantalizing whispers of wealth and discovery. The trials were many, and the frustrations plenty, yet the human spirit, ever persistent, ever hopeful, refused to be quelled. The story of Whydah, of her glory and her downfall, continued to captivate, to inspire. And so, the search went on, driven by the irresistible siren call of the sea's most elusive prize. Finally, in 1984, the elusive Whydah revealed herself to the world. The wait was over, the legend was real, and the tale of the Whydah galley was ready for its next chapter. Meet Barry Clifford, the man who would finally unearth the secrets of Whydah. Barry Clifford, a professional underwater archaeological explorer, embarked on a quest in the early 80s to uncover the long-lost treasure of Whydah. His dedication and perseverance led him to the submerged ruins of the legendary ship off the coast of Cape Cod in 1984. The shipwreck was covered under 10 to 50 feet of sand and spread over 4 miles parallel to the Cape's easternmost coast. The real eureka moment came in 1985 when Clifford discovered the ship's bell engraved with the ship's name. This was the hard evidence that confirmed the ship's identity. 8 years later, a small brass placard, also inscribed with the ship's name and maiden voyage date, was discovered, further cementing the authenticity of the wreck. Though the discovery was monumental, it was not without contention. Legal battles ensued over the ownership of the recovered artifacts. Eventually, in a landmark decision, the court decreed that the artifacts recovered from the Whydah wreck belonged solely to Barry Clifford. This decision was a testament to Clifford's commitment and dedication to preserving the historical integrity of the Whydah. Thanks to Clifford, Whydah's story lives on, a testament to the adventurous and dangerous times of the golden age of piracy. So, there you have it, the thrilling tale of Whydah Galley, the most famous pirate ship that ever sailed. From her humble beginnings as a passenger and slave ship, to her capture by the infamous Black Sam Bellamy, transforming her into a symbol of the golden age of piracy. Her tale didn't end at the stormy wreck off Cape Cod, but continued with her rediscovery by Barry Clifford after more than 2 centuries hidden beneath the waves. If you enjoy stories like this, comment and subscribe for more.